My dearest night, I write these words with trembling hands and a heart that beats far too quickly, for I fear my soul betrays me as I seek to convey that which has long been buried within. It is a confession of sorts, the one I have scarcely dared to utter, even in the quietest corners of my heart. Yet, as I sit in here in the stillness of my chamber, with only the moonlight for company, I find the courage to speak. You may not remember the first time I laid eyes upon you, as I have seen you many times from a distance, on the days when you rode into the courtyard, proud in your armor, or when your voice, so strong and sure, echoed through the halls. Yet it is not your stature on your noble deeds that have captured my heart, dear knight, but rather something far more subtle, something that no one could see unless they watched with the care that I have given. I do not know how to begin this tale of affection, for it is not one of grand gestures nor bold promises, but one born of admiration, gentle and patient. My heart has, for so long, been caught in the silence of unspoken words, wishing for naught but the mere sight of you, the mere echo of your voice, as if the sound of it could soothe the ache I so often feel. I have watched you from afar on many occasions. I have witnessed the way you carry yourself, always with honor, always with purpose. You walk the halls of this castle as if it is your duty to protect all who reside within it, and yet it is the kindness in your eyes, the gentleness in your words that has stolen my heart more completely than any sword or shield ever could. There was the day when a child, one of the village folk, had become lost within the woods. And though there were many who could have searched, you were the first to volunteer. Not out of a desire for glory, but because it was the right thing to do. You did not wait for anyone to ask. You simply took it upon yourself, knowing it was the duty of a knight to serve those in need. I watched as you returned, carrying the child in your arms, and I saw not a warrior, but a man who had done what he believed was right, without hesitation, without thought of reward. You never seek applause for your deeds. You act simply because you believe it is your calling. And it is this purity of heart that has captivated me so thoroughly. I remember, too, the day when I was unwell and too weak to attend the feast. I had heard you speak of the celebration, but I had resigned myself to the solitude of my chamber, knowing I would not have the strength to join the others. It was then that you, without thought or pride, came to my door, offering to bring me some of the feast. You did not speak of your own accomplishments or what you had done, but simply spoke to me of how you had hoped I would feel better. Your kindness was as a balm to my weary spirit, and for a moment it felt as though the world outside had disappeared, and there was only you and I, standing in the quiet, beneath the weight of the stars. I find it so difficult to write this, for what if you do not feel the same? What if the mere thought of me is as far from your heart as I feel from yours? It is such a foolish wish, is it not, to hope for something that cannot be? Yet I find myself unable to stop. When I close my eyes, I dream of what could be, of standing beside you, of feeling the warmth of your presence, of knowing that, for once, I may not be alone in this vast, unforgiving world. My heart trembles as I write these words, for I am but a simple maiden, far removed from the courts of royalty, and you, a knight of noble birth, one of great renown. How could one such as you ever feel anything but pity for one such as me? Yet even now, my words fall short, and I fear I shall never be able to express my feelings with the grace they deserve. If only you knew how I long for your gaze, how I ache for the briefest moment of your attention. There is no grand purpose to this confession, no plea for promises or declarations of love. I only wish, from the deepest part of my heart, that you might know what I feel, this quiet, unspoken affection that grows with each passing day. Perhaps I am foolish to believe that a knight such as you would even notice someone like me. But the thought of never sharing this with you weighs so heavily upon my heart that I can no longer remain silent. Even now, as I write, I find myself imagining what it might be like to hear you speak my name, to know that you too think of me when the world grows quiet. What is it that you see when you glance in my direction? Do you notice the way my heart races when you walk by? Do you feel the longing that resides in my eyes, hidden beneath the surface? I do not wish to burden you with my feelings, and I would not dare ask you to return them if they are not yours to give. I only wish for you to know the truth of what lies in my heart, for I cannot bear to keep it hidden any longer. I wish you happiness, always, whether or not it be by my side. I hope for your victories, your peace, and your joy. But should you ever, even for a fleeting moment, wonder what it would be like to walk beside me, to share a quiet moment as we have shared so many others in passing, know that my heart is open to you. It is yours if you should ever desire it. Mayhap one day our paths will cross again in a way that allows me to offer you more than just my written words. Until that day, I shall remain here in this quiet solitude, hoping against hope that you might one day glance my way and see not just the maiden who watches you from afar, but the woman whose heart belongs to you completely. Yours, Ashlynn.